This is my homemade peach cobbler. Here it is, y'all. KendyK cooks and makes peach cobbler step by step. Learn how to make peach cobbler today.
Up this morning, finishing off my dinner. The ham is done. The dressing is done. And now I'm just putting this peach cobbler together for my family. Merry Christmas to you and your family. In this pan, I have the juice from this is the heavy syrup that was drained off of the canned peaches. And I have a simple slurry, cornstarch slurry. You can take 1 or 2 teaspoons of cornstarch and just mix it with a little water. And I am putting this into the juice that was drained off the peaches. And you need to add that cornstarch to thicken. You need to thicken that heavy syrup from your peaches, or else your peach cobbler will be all runny. So just heat this in a saucepan on the stove, and you will really get thick. You will really get thick. And however thick you want it. So I am getting ready to put together my peach cobbler. That is the last thing. I will have my entire Thanksgiving dinner finished. So this is the pan for the peach cobbler. I think this is Pioneer Woman. Yep, it's Pioneer Woman. Pretty. Found that in my mom's cabinet. Said I'm gonna make the peach cobbler now because it's a pretty pot. So I've got the brown sugar, actually this is light brown sugar. I prefer dark brown sugar, but this will do. Cinnamon, nutmeg, and white sugar. And that good butter. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas. Up this morning making this peach cobbler. This is 3/4 cup. I've drained the peaches. I have the liquid from the drained peaches in heavy syrup. I have it on the stove mixed with a little cornstarch to make a slurry. I made a cornstarch slurry and added that to the drained juice, the heavy syrup from the peaches in the can. And that is thickening. So far, so good. It's already getting thick. You want to keep letting that. This is extremely hot, so be very careful. This is 3/4 cup of white sugar. I'm going to combine that. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas. What are y'all doing for desserts? Drop down in those comments and let me know what your family is doing for desserts on this great Merry Christmas. I'm going to combine that with 3/4 cup or so of powdered sugar. Once you open powdered sugar, you should always try to keep it in an airtight container or else it'll get hard on you. Keep it in something airtight, like a little bucket or a container or something airtight, not just a Ziploc bag or anything like that. So this is a 1/2 cup. So I'm going to put 3/4 cup. So that's a 1/2 cup plus 1/4 more. So a 1/2 cup and then half of a 1/2 cup is what I'm going for. This is light brown sugar. You could also use dark brown. I prefer dark brown, but my mom already had this. And yes, I'm so grateful that I get to spend Christmas with my mommy. it's light brown sugar. Dark brown sugar will be darker. I'm just mixing that in. And it already smells delicious. My family likes that crust better than anything. We love the peaches. But you know we love that good crust too. And that's something I think everybody prefers the crust. Now, as far as spices, cinnamon and nutmeg. Okay, nutmeg, just need a dash of nutmeg. Nutmeg is very aromatic, so don't add too much nutmeg or it'll become bitter. So you just need a sprinkle of nutmeg, according to KendyK. You do it how you like it. See how the more I just mix that, it's going to dissolve both the sugar, the white sugar, and the brown sugar. It'll all dissolve, and then once it's heated in the oven, it will dissolve. Let me step over and stir those juices, and I'm going to combine that with the peaches as well once it gets thick enough. Adding cinnamon as much as you like. And you can't add too much cinnamon too, so be careful. I don't want to stir too much because I don't want my peaches to be torn up. Some people like their peaches. I like my peaches to keep their integrity, keep their shape. I'm following directions for the crust, and we are using Pillsbury Plus pie crust. This is one time when I would say go with the name brand. Pillsbury bakes up a lot better than the Great Value brand of these refrigerated pie crusts, to me. To let these come to room temperature before baking. Heat up in the 450. So the peaches just need to heat up. There's no really, I mean, it's a fruit, so they're just gonna get hot. All we really need to do is cook that crust. And taste a little bit of the peaches. Make sure I've got a good cinnamon nutmeg ratio. My Lord, that's gonna be good. Now I put a little vanilla in mine, but my mommy said She doesn't put vanilla in hers. So when in doubt, follow what your mama say. Those are words for life. I have thickened the juice from the peaches, from the canned peaches, with a cornstarch slurry. And I just used about 4 heaping teaspoons of that liquid. So don't put all of the liquid back in, or else you'll just have a lot of juice. And if you want a lot of juice, that's fine. And then I'm just gonna spoon, and I'm being very careful so that I don't break up any more of my peaches. I have put the refrigerated pie crust into my dish. And I'm just gonna spoon those peaches in so that everybody gets peaches. I used a big fat can of peaches and a regular size can of peaches in heavy syrup for this. Trying to make sure I get y'all a good camera angle. 3/4 cup of white sugar, 3/4 cup of brown sugar, and it could be light brown sugar, which is what we're using here. And we is me and my mommy. I am spending the Christmas holiday with my mom. For desserts, I made coconut cake. You can watch that video already. And this is the peach cobbler. These are our desserts for the day. We are having, so I fixed the very small pan of dressing using turkey necks. That video is coming. And this is cinnamon and nutmeg as the spices. More cinnamon than nutmeg. Be very careful with nutmeg. Nutmeg is very aromatic and it can overpower. I'm gonna put all these peaches in here. Ooh, y'all, this smells amazing. And I will not be adding all of this juice because it's too much juice. This depends on how you like your peach cobbler, but I won't be adding all this juice because this juice, that slurry, that cornstarch slurry is gonna thicken as this cooks on high heat. Now I'm adding some bits of softened butter all throughout the fruit filling. And here is when you can also add bits of the refrigerated dough. Just cut off some of your refrigerated dough and add it right in next to the peaches and the butter. Good stuff here. Finally, it's time for your lattice work. I took that last of the 2 pie crusts that come in the box and I cut it into strips. So I left it rolled up in a pie roll, and then I just cut strips of it to do the lattice work. Now, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, but I forgot to kind of fold it in and out, the lattice work diagonally. But you get the point. Yours will look better than mine. I think, I don't know what I was doing. But anyway, it looked good and tasted even better. So I'm
I'm just finishing up with that diagonal pattern. Then I'll go back the other way and finish the other side of the peach cobbler. Just putting some lattice work on the top of the peach cobbler. It just makes it pretty. And you know, my mom says that you eat with your eyes. And this thing looked gorgeous. It wasn't perfect lattice work because I was cooking ham and dressing, all of that being prepared. I pre-prepped it the night before, but then put everything in the oven on Christmas morning. And so this was the thing that I was cooking from start to finish on Christmas morning, and that was this peach cobbler. Notice that I'm rolling down the sides of the dough to help lock in the pie filling, the peaches, that syrup, and again, we want everything kind of coated with that syrup, that heavy syrup that also includes our cornstarch slurry. All of that goodness is just wrapped up in love within this. And yes, I did add a splash of vanilla flavoring, pure vanilla flavoring, just a splash. And then I topped everything with some melted butter. I didn't have a brush. I couldn't find it at my mom's house, so I just used the back of the spoon. But you can even just melt some butter in the microwave, and if you have a pastry brush, you can brush everything down. So I suggest doing that because I kind of got lots of butter on the sides of my pan, and that butter started to burn as it was cooking. Because remember, we're cooking this on a very high heat, 400 degrees. So keep that in mind and do yours nicely. But I think mine looks really good, and it tasted amazing. I have been wanting some peach cobbler for quite a few weeks, really since well before Thanksgiving. And I only fix peach cobbler once or twice a year, and this is that time. So I was overdue for me a little bit of peach cobbler. Glad to have fixed it for you, and also to share some of this delicious dessert with my mom as well.
First look at that peach cobbler piping hot out of the oven. Y'all, it is bubbling. Do not eat at this point. Do not eat, and do not put sugar on top yet because it'll just melt. So we gotta let this thing calm down quite a bit, and it will continue cooking because I mean that fruit and filling is hot on the inside. But my God, it smells amazing. Merry Christmas from KendyK all day.